The Alps, a mountain range that stretches across 8 countries, rising from the heart of Europe like an ancient spine of stone and ice. Covering more than 200,000 square kilometers, these peaks have stood for millennia. 12 million people call these valleys home, and yet the mountains themselves belong to no one. They are guardians of time, watching generations come and go. For cyclists, the Alps are more than geography. They are a pilgrimage. Switchbacks, hairpins and high passes. Roads that climb above the tree line, where the air thins and the world opens into endless horizons. More than 100 named passes carve their way through these mountains. The Stelvio, the Grossglockner, the Furka, each with its own character, its own rhythm. Riding here isn't about the speed, it's about the flow, about surrendering to the mountain and letting it guide you. In this series I take a solo trip to the Alps with all my camping gear with me, so we will be camping a lot. We will see a lot of nice scenery, so we go first to the Eifel, then we go to Austria, and then we go back through Italy to Switzerland, and we take several mountain passes on the way. So I hope you will enjoy this series as well as the last one. So if you like to see more of my content, please subscribe to not miss anything in the future, and of course don't forget to hit that like button on the bottom. Thank you so much and enjoy the video. We're just departed from the camping site in the southern of Holland, in Vosges. We will pass Germany, Belgium and then Luxembourg, and then in Schengen I will take a break. And then from Schengen we go to the other side of Luxembourg, and then tomorrow we will head to France. Oh yes, this is what I came for. Sunshine, forest, nice corners. Flat tire. So if I would have a GS, I would definitely go a little bit off-road here. But with the RT, I better stay on the tarmac for as far there is tarmac here, because there are so many holes. I heard a lot of good things about the Eifel, but yeah, this is exactly my cup of tea. And you see so many things like little villages, forests. There's so much to see. Later that day I found a camping site in Nennich, located next to the Moselle, Camping Moselblik. The camping provides a nice view over the river. The Moselle is the border between Luxembourg and Germany. Remmich is just across the river. I heard there is a bike meeting, so let's take a look after I put my tent up first.
Alright, another day, another adventure. So it will be mainly a bit of Germany and then moving to France. Weather prediction is that there will be storm tonight. So it will take around 5 hours to get to my destination, and then I will quickly put on my tent, and hopefully I'm still on time before the weather is changing. Bump. So today is 260 kilometers. In the mornings I always have to start up a bit. I'm a little stiff. So this is the German side of the Mosel, and on the other side is Luxembourg, and straight of us is France. And everything comes together at Schengen. So I think we are now close to the, how do you call it? It's German, it's Dreiländereck, so it's the crossing with Germany, Luxembourg and France. Okay, so here we can see the border on the side. So France will be close to us. Yes, this is France already. Okay, look, mini Eiffel Tower. Yeah, now we're in France. Oh. France! Alright. This night at the camping it was about 13 degrees, and then it becomes pretty cold. Yeah, even with my thicker clothes on, it's still getting a bit fresh. Yeah, it's a little bit of a different landscape. You can see the difference from the Eifel and the Ardennes. Here it's more like a wavy landscape, more open, more agricultural. But yeah, I like the variation. Okay, time to fuel up. So we're now in Thionville.
With the tank topped up in Thionville, I set off again, the road leading me through quaint, picturesque villages scattered across the Vosges. Those charming French hamlets, their rustic charm nestled amidst the rolling hills. The scenery began to shift subtly, but not unmistakably. The open, expansive landscapes gave me way to dense, looming forests. Hours passed, the steady hum of the bike my constant companion. Even on a bike this comfortable, I felt the day's journey settle in my bones. It was time to take a rest. Following a quiet lane, I found a serene camping site beside the tranquil waters of Lac de la Moselotte. A perfect place to pause and soak in the day's adventure. Camping du Lac de la Moselotte offers a combination of mobile homes, bungalows and camping sites. It has direct access to the lake, and there is a small restaurant and leisure center. Now it's time to find our camping spot and set up for the night. With wind and rain looming in the forecast, preparation is just not important, it's really essential. So first I'll park the bike on the solid ground, ensuring it's stable and protected, preferably near a cluster of bushes to provide some natural shelter from the elements. After a long day on the road, it's time to set up camp for the night. Here's how I keep it simple and efficient with lightweight gear that's perfect for motorcycle travel. This is my lightweight tent. It's compact, durable and quick to assemble. Perfect for trips like these where space and weight are everything. Stability is key, especially when the weather decides to throw a curveball. I make sure the stakes are secure and adjust the guy lines to handle any wind or rain that might come on my way. For the inside, I keep it cozy but minimal. A lightweight sleeping pad for comfort and an insulated sleeping bag to stay warm. Just what you need after hours on the bike. And there you have it, a simple setup that's easy to pack and perfect for adventures like this. Now it's time to kick back, listen to the sound of the wild and recharge for tomorrow's journey. I set up my tent just in time. In the afternoon, the clouds rolled in and deep rumble of thunder and the rhythmic pattern of rain set the scene for the rest of the day. But like all storms, this one passed. The morning brought a sense of calm and triumph. The bike was ready, the sun was shining and the road was calling once again.
So we go back to Remiremont, and then from there we go to Epinal. I go to the store to to actually buy a hammer, because the one I had I left at home. Then it's a little freshy, at least on the bike, but that for me that's perfect. I can finally stop sweating. So we go to Langres today. I will meet my parents there. They are there with a camper van. They are like driving around with a camper van through France like last 2 weeks. Yeah, and I have all the time to go wherever I want. So we were like, yeah, let's meet up. So I will take it a bit easier today. I think it's like 100 kilometers maximum. Yeah, and I'm taking direct routes. So because yesterday, although it was very nice, it took like, I think in total like 6 or 7 hours to do a trip, which usually would be, well, 2 hours, 2.5. Look, there in the distance we have Langres. So the camping site is on top of the hill, so in the middle of the center. So from there we have great view around the whole area. We're almost there, guys. So the owner of the camping, this guy is very friendly, and I think he is running it for a very long time. And the first times I came there, he already practiced some Dutch, and he could actually talk like 5 languages. And the camping site is on the other side of the center. We probably will go in here as well. Camping Navarre. Okay, it's in here.
It's great to meet my parents here on this beautiful location. After a coffee, we go out for a walk to show you what this town has to offer. Langres is a fortified town with a history that stretches back over 2 millennia. Let's take a closer look at what makes this village so special. Langres is famous for its impressive ramparts, which encircle the entire town. These walls, built between the 3rd and the 16th century, offers breathtaking views over the Marne Valley. Walking along these 3.5 kilometers of fortifications is like walking through history. At the heart of the center lies the Cathedral of Saint Mam, a masterpiece of Gothic and Romanesque architecture. And did you know that Langres was once connected to the valley below by a charming little train? This train, a vital lifeline for locals and visitors alike, climbed the steep slopes to bring people and goods right to the town center. Today, its route remains a fond memory and a reminder of Langres' innovative spirit. What a great town, there is so much to see. But before I continue the trip tomorrow to Switzerland, there is one thing I want to show you, and that is a fortress that is lying on the other side of the hill of Langres.
Let's see if we can see the camping site from there. It's only like 7 minutes driving. Alright, so we're leaving Langres now. We had a nice time here at the Camping Municipal with a nice view over the city. We're now heading to Switzerland, to Basel, taking the route through Colmar and Belfort.
Riding through the French countryside is always a joy. The roads are quiet, the scenery lush, and every turn brings something new. My first stop is Frotti-la-Loure, a charming village near Vesoul. This is why I ride, to discover places like this. A quick break to soak it all in, and then it's back on the road.
Okay, there we go. Let's see if this works. This, yeah. Alright.
As I approach Basel, the ride becomes more urban. The border crossing brings its own challenges, getting a Swiss toll vignette. Initially, I thought I'd need to hunt for a physical sticker, but a quick search revealed I could purchase it online. If you're planning a trip to Switzerland, save yourself some trouble and get the vignette online. Basel is stunning, but there's no time to linger. I'm following the Rhine to Koblenz. The ride along the Rhine is breathtaking, but as the day winds down, fatigue sets in. Reaching the campsite in Waldshut feels like an achievement. The location, right on the riverbank, is the perfect end to a long day. The campsite is very crowded, but the view makes up for it. Dinner at the campsite restaurant was excellent, and now it's time to unwind and enjoy the sunset. As the sun sets over the Rhine, I'm reminded of the beauty of these moments. The road ahead is long, but nights like this make every mile worth it. The next day begins with a clear goal: reach Austria via Liechtenstein. But first, a quick detour to Vosges to check out a store for potential video editing laptop. But I hadn't luck this time. The search will continue, but for now, I'm going back on the road. Passing through Mons, I couldn't resist stopping for lunch. The view of the lake and the mountains is incredible, and the meal lives up to expectations. This is one of those moments that makes a long ride unforgettable. Arriving in Vosges feels like revisiting an old friend. I have been here before by car. The beauty of Liechtenstein never gets old, but after soaking in the views, it's time to press on to Austria.
Yes. Alright, we're probably going to cross the border with Austria now.
Reaching the Brunner See, I met with disappointment. The campsite is fully booked, but sometimes challenges lead to new opportunities. I met a fellow rider here, and together we started calling nearby campsites. After several unsuccessful calls, we finally find a spot in Oberammergau, but time is tight. With less than an hour before the reception closed, we raced to Oberammergau. Arriving just in time, we set up camp and shared stories of our journey so far. The sun rising over Oberammergau, it's time to move from the campsite. Today's journey promises adventure. Twisting roads, towering peaks, and new memories waiting to be made. My riding companion and I pack up, ready to chase the horizon once more. Before hitting the road, we decide to find a bakery for some fresh breakfast.
Ja, nou, ik zat meer even te zoeken waar die bakkerij kan zijn. Dan parkeren we gewoon voor de deur in principe.
Oberammergau famous for its centuries-old passion play, sits in a valley surrounded by the Bavarian Alps, making it the perfect launch point for a day filled with scenic wonders. With limited options and a long queue in front of the bakery, we opt for a quick alternative.
Sta je wel een half uur te wachten? Ja, laten we maar naar de Lidl gaan.
Not the Bavarian breakfast we envisioned, but enough for fuel the miles ahead.
Morgen, nummer 3. Dankeschön.
The ride to Walgau is peaceful, a slow build-up to the excitement ahead. We pay the toll for the Mautstrasse Walgau Vorderis, and with that the ride transforms into something magical. Empty roads twisting through an untouched alpine wilderness. The road follows the Isar River, its turquoise waters carving through the valley. A stark contrast to the dark evergreens lining the roadside. After a quick stop, we arrive at the Vallerklambrücke. This striking bridge spans the Sylvenstein Reservoir, a deep blue alpine lake created by a dam. The scale of it all is humbling, a reminder of how small we are in the face of nature.
Ja, dat had ik nog niet willen missen. Kunnen we hier niet gewoon parkeren? Dit lijkt mij een fantastische plek om even wat te eten. Oh, daar staat hij wat schuin of rechter inderdaad. Ah, hij blijft wel staan.
By midday, hunger sets in And there's no better place to stop than the panorama restaurant Kanselkere. Perched high above the Zillertal Valley, this restaurant offers stunning views of the surrounding peaks. The mountains are stretching far beyond what the eye can see. Back on the road, we pushed onward, passing through Zell am Ziller, a lively town known for its ski resorts and alpine charm.
Yes.
Danke, schönen Tag noch. Tschüss.
Danke. Krijgt hij wel een hele mooie sticker. Ja. Ja, je kan hem altijd weer naar achteren rollen.
Finally, we reached Grimmel, home to the Grimler Wasserfalle, Austria's highest waterfall at 380 meters.
Wow.
From this vantage point, the waterfall appears almost surreal, a white ribbon cutting through the dark green forest. Even from here, we can hear the distant thunder of falling water, a powerful reminder of nature's force. The scene is breathtaking.
Camping zit daar. Kijk, dat is ideaal.
The campsite in Hollesbach is fully booked. But luck is on our side. The owner offers us a spot in their private front garden. It's a tight fit, just enough for our 2 tents, but after a long day, it feels almost like luxury. As night falls, I take a short walk through the quiet town, reflecting on the road behind us and the challenges ahead.
Oh, die rotstom daar weer.
The day begins in Hollesbach, where our tents, pitched in the kindness of a stranger's front garden, hold the last whisper of sleep. But today is no ordinary ride. Today, we take on one of the most legendary roads in all of Europe, the Grossglockner Alpstrasse, the highest paved pass in Austria, a true pilgrimage for motorcyclists and for me, my first ever mountain pass.
Hallo. Ja, dank u. Tschüss.
The entrance to the Alpstrasse feels like crossing into another world. The road stretches ahead, curling its way through the mountains, its reputation both thrilling and intimidating. The first few turns are gentle, but I know the real challenge lies ahead. My hands tighten on the grips. This is it. With every turn, the air grows thinner, cooler. The road demands full attention, hairpin after hairpin, a dance between control and momentum. The climb is relentless, but the higher we go, the more spectacular the view. Then, suddenly, the struggle vanishes. We arrive at the Edelweiss-Spitze.
Biker Point, kijk, dat willen we zien. 2,571 meters above sea level, the highest accessible point of the pass. The effort, the nerves, the sweat, they were all worth it. Before us, a panorama of jagged peaks stretching as far as the eye can see. This is the moment that makes every challenge worth it. Around us, other riders gather, all drawn to this place by the same unexplainable pull. At Vosges we take a break, not just for coffee, but for reflection. We made it. We conquered the climb. Descending the Grossglockner is a completely different experience. Faster, exhilarating, the landscape shifting with every curve. The once distant peaks now tower beside us, close enough to touch. We roll into Heiligenblut, a picturesque village nestled at the base of the mountains. Its iconic church stands against the rugged backdrop, a beacon for travelers like us. As we leave the high Alps behind, the landscape softens. Rolling hills replace jagged peaks. The scent of pine grows richer. We pass through Rangersdorf, then Zeeboden, where the Millstatter Zee shimmers under the afternoon sun. After an unforgettable ride, we arrive at camping Neubauer in Delach, our home for the night.
Er staat wel een deur open bij de receptie. Oh, zet hem daar neer. Lekker warm.
Before we rest, there's only one last thing to do. Dive into the cool, crystal clear waters of the Millstatter Zee. It's the perfect way to wash away the dust of the road and soak in the moment. After sharing unforgettable roads and experiences, it's time to part ways. My fellow rider planned to depart early, so the evening before, we had some nice conversations, we shook hands and said goodbye. We would head in different directions the next morning. So from here on, I ride solo.
Alright, on our way to the next destination.
With the crisp morning air on my face, I make my way south towards Villach.
I have some flashing warning light on my dashboard. It's probably because of the battery. I charged some stuff along the way. For the rest, I don't know why it would flash, but I will restart the motorbike later and then we find out if it's gone. I had this one time before, but for now I just warm up the engine a little bit before starting again, just to be sure.
The roads are smooth, flowing, and before long I cross into Slovenia. A new country, a new adventure. My destination is the famous town of Bled, nestled beside the picturesque Bleško Lake. Bled is undeniably beautiful, but as I approach the lake, I realize something. So does everyone else. The town is packed with tourists, the campsite is overflowing, and the sense of tranquility I was hoping for is nowhere to be found. I guess it's time for plan B. Sometimes the road decides for you. Instead of fighting the chaos of Bled, I turn back to familiar ground, Zeeboden. A quiet, scenic retreat where I can take a deep breath and reset before the next leg of my journey. But today it's only a brief stop before I find a place to rest for the night. My destination is Camping Gruuphof, a well-equipped 4-star campsite near Leuven. Camping Gruuphof is beautifully located, surrounded by towering mountains. It has every facility a camper could ask for, but there's a trade-off. It's filled with families. Kids laughing, playing and just being kids. The peaceful solitude I had hoped for? Not quite. Still, the location makes up for it. And after setting up my camp, I take a walk to the nearby Salach river. Watching the water rush by, I remind myself, every day on the road brings surprises. Some planned, others unexpected. That's the beauty of the journey. With the break of dawn, I continue south. Crossing into Italy always feels like stepping into another world. The roads change, the mountains grow steeper, the villages take on that unmistakably Italian charm. My destination for now is Camping Antholz, a hidden gem nestled between towering peaks. Camping on Holz is everything I could have hoped for. Surrounded by mountains, with a perfect view over the Klambach waterfall in the distance. After a long day on the road, there's no better reward than this. Nature, solitude and the quiet hum of adventure settling in once again. Another day, another chapter in this incredible journey. From Austria to Slovenia, back to Austria and then finally into Italy. It has been a day of decisions, of challenges, and of finding beauty in unexpected places. And tomorrow the road continues.
So I think it's day 10 now, I'm not sure, something like that. We're heading back from the camping to the main road. So we're not following this pass because then we would end up in Austria again. The camping site was pretty good. It was quiet, in a nice environment. I didn't have really time to get to the waterfall. We will continue to Switzerland now, to the southern of Switzerland, just crossing the border with Italy to St. Moritz.
In the mountains you can plan your route, but not the journey. Today I leave Maloja behind, a small campground near St. Moritz. Morning in Maloja, cold hands, hot coffee, the kind of quiet you only find at altitude. After a peaceful night under the stars, it was time to pack up, settle the R1150RT and hit the road. Today's route, going south, from the Engadin to the Italian border and then a long ride west into the very heart of the Alps. The B3 road from Maloja into the Bergel Valley is nothing short of epic. Switchbacks cut into the mountain like someone sketched them with a pencil, sharp and narrow. It's steep, technical and absolutely gorgeous. This region, sometimes called the Steinpilzgebiet or mushroom region, is known for its forest and wild fungi. But I wasn't stopping for forage today.
Yoo-hoo!
I hit a nasty bump and the tablet, my navigation lifeline, bounced off its mount and smacked the tarmac. Corner cracked. Touch still working. It could have been worse. I've learned to roll with these moments. After all, adventures don't wait for perfect conditions. Yep, this is why you double check your mounts. But hey, it's not a proper motorcycle trip without a few battle scars, right? A little further into Italy, I stopped at Lake Leggio. After the stress of the tablet crash, I needed a moment of calm. The lake was like glass, the kind of place that makes you slow down without even realizing it. From here, it was time to loop back towards Switzerland.
and toward one of those most iconic mountain passes in Europe.
Alright guys, I'm in front of the Gotthard tunnel. I just fueled up and we're going to do the pass now. So enjoy the views. I will give some comments meanwhile.
The Gotthard Pass has been a gateway through the Alps for centuries. It linked northern and southern Europe, Switzerland to Italy, and has seen everything from medieval mule trains to modern motorcycles.
Look at the view.
Next to the modern highway is the Tremola, the original cobblestone road built in the 1800s. Some riders still take it today for the challenge and for the romance of the past. But today, I took the newer road, still steep, still winding and still breathtaking. Below me, deep beneath the rock, lies the Gotthard tunnel, nearly 17 kilometers long. It's one of the longest road tunnels in the world, a marvel of engineering and a fast track for cars. But on a bike, no thanks. I'll take the view over the void.
$1,930 meters. We're getting there. So as you see, there's also a hiking trail there going up. Let's move on to Andermatt. So after this very nice view, we're going through this tunnel and we are almost driving through the clouds. I think we're almost at the top. It will not be very far anymore. So no trees anymore, only rocks. There's a museum here. Wow, this is amazing. Yeah, so this was the top. We're heading down. I should have stopped really, but I always forget to stop. And to be honest, yeah, with the motorbike, it's an easy route to do, this one, compared to other ones I did. Respect to people that go on bike here. Oh, look at that. That's a classic way to go up the mountain. Okay, that was it. We're back down.
From the summit, I rolled down into Andermatt, one of the most charming villages in Switzerland. Once a quiet farming town, it's now a base for skiers, hikers, and motorcyclists chasing mountain roads.
Goh, die reed gewoon door. Daar kon ik nog maar net langs. Okay, let's go to the Furka Pass. Interesting, all these trains here. But there's another one. There is the Furka Pass. So we're going up there. Veel te wijd uit. Niels.
Rising over 2,400 meters, the Furka was once the main east-west connection before the tunnels came. Now it's a playground for riders, drivers and filmmakers. You might even recognize it from the James Bond film Goldfinger. That iconic chase scene, it was filmed right here on these curves. At the summit of the Furka Pass, I parked the bike, shut off the engine and just stood still, surrounded by the silence and snow-capped peaks, the kind of place that makes you feel small in the best way.
Okay, we're on our way back down.
I wasn't heading home just yet. There's one more pass calling, the Grimsel Pass.
just across the valley from Furka, rises through glacial rock and past electric blue reservoirs. It's one of Switzerland's most visually dramatic roads. Less traffic and more altitude. And a landscape that looks carved by giants.
Bouwwerken hier.
This road has been used for centuries. First by herders, then by armies, and now by people like me, chasing the perfect corner.
Shit.
Sharp granite gave way to green hills, barns and lakes. I passed Briens, then Interlaken, and aimed my front wheel towards Lucerne. Lucerne is postcard perfect, but I was chasing something quieter than the crowds. Somewhere to rest, to reflect, and sleep beside water. Just south of Lucerne, I found it. A peaceful lakeside camping spot near Sarnen. I pitched my tent just meters from the water, with no wind and no noise. Just the soft lapping of the lake and the sound of zippers closing. The next morning, I started the long ride home, past Basel into Germany, destination Luxembourg. I'd cross 4 countries in one day, or at least that was the plan. Just after crossing the border at Basel, I felt it. That fake, floating feeling in the rear wheel. Then the wobble. Then the sinking reality. A flat tire. I pulled off safely. No crash, no injury, just a stranded rider on a hot afternoon with hundreds of kilometers still ahead. I called ADAC, the German roadside assistance, and within 45 minutes help arrived. They towed me into Motorradhaus Renner in Eimeldingen, a Suzuki dealer, but they welcomed me and my old BMW like an old friend. Within a couple of hours they had a new tire mounted, coffee in hand and back on the road. Sometimes a flat tire is just a flat tire, but on a trip like this it reminds you of how fragile and beautiful the road really is. That could have gone so differently. Thanks to good people and a little luck, it became just another story in the rear view. And finally, I was in Luxembourg. This Alps trip gave me more than I expected. Just me and an old BMW R1150RT loaded up for adventure. From the Vosges to the heart of the Swiss Alps, through thunderstorms, silent forests and winding hairpins, every day brought something unexpected. What I've learned, that most of what you need fits into 4 panniers. That if something goes wrong, and it will, it's rarely the end. It's just part of the story. I learned that even an old touring bike can carry you over the highest peaks. If you take care of it and yourself. I learned to trust strangers, to laugh when the tablet screen cracks. and to take a moment when the view is just too good to rush. But maybe most of all, I learned that it's okay not to have all the answers when you leave home. You'll find them on the way. Thanks for riding with me. If you've been here since episode 1, or even if this is your first, I hope you have felt some of that freedom too. In the next series we will take a visit to Sweden on the BMW R1150 GS. I hope to see you there on this next ride. Ride safe. So I hope you like my videos so far. If you like to see more, consider subscribing and don't forget to like, of course, but I don't have to tell this because you will do it anyway. Yeah, that's it for now. So see you on the road. And maybe I have some stickers on the side, so if you see me somewhere around in France or in Switzerland, then give a chat and then we can meet or something. So see you on the next one.